All right, well, hey fans, welcome back to another Flixfrog interview. Today we're speaking with an actor who has appeared in popular horror shows such as True Blood and The Walking Dead. Today we're talking about his new film, Devilreaux, which he wrote the story for and stars in. Mr. Vincent M. How are you doing today?
What's going on, Big H? I'm good, brother. How you feeling?
Like I said, feeling great, enjoying some time away from the kids, getting to talk to you about this movie.
Hmm.
And I'm happy to just jump right into it. So I read online that you are a big horror fan, and like I said before, you're credited with the story for Devereaux. How long did it take you to come up with this idea?
Man, I dreamed about it. Honestly, I just dreamed about it. It's been about 4 or 5 years, and that's how I pretty much come up with all my concepts, all my projects. I dream about them, and it's like I have conversations in my sleep. I can hear the actors' voices and everything. I can see exactly how they look, and it's just like as if I was watching TV.
Hmm. Yeah, I can definitely feel that. It does seem like you kind of sat with this character for a while, and just the way he moves on screen, it feels very real to me. And my next question is more multifaceted. So after you came up with this idea, so what was after that? What was the process of getting the movie made? Like taking it to the production studio, getting a budget. Since you wrote the story and are also like an actor, and how does that work? And getting it distributed. What was the whole process for that?
It definitely wasn't on me. It was definitely talking to some people that knew some people that knew some people.
Uh-huh.
So and getting those people to believe in you, and then and getting them to, see your vision. Shout out to Ben and Phil and Thomas Churchill for believing in me. And I kept telling them, I said, look, this can be the new face of horror, or
Mhm.
one of the new faces of horror. Not trying to step on anybody's toes, but I want to be in that conversation with the big dogs, with the Candyman and the Jasons and the Michael Myers and people like that. I really feel that he has an art that he can go higher and higher and higher and higher and get to part three, four, five, six, and keep it moving. So just really getting people to believe in you. I can't sit here and say, I did it myself, because I know what I know, and what I don't know, I ain't afraid to ask.
Mhm. And thinking about the potential of going like parts 3, 4, however many potential sequels you may get, have you already thought of those ideas moving forward? Like, do you have a little notepad like this is what's going to happen in the sequel? This is what's going to happen at the end of the trilogy, or are you kind of going to make it up as you go along?
I'll probably just go to sleep and make it up as I go along, since that's what it seems to happen. But no, I have thought about some ideals. Um, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We got to get this first one out first, and and let people know that this character is for real. Hopefully from the look in the trailer, people know he ain't no joke. You know what I mean? So, I'm excited about tomorrow. I'm nervous. I'm happy, and we'll see what happens. People have to like it first before you even get a chance to get a part two or three. But for me, I have faith. I'm manifesting that it's going to be three, four, five. If
Mhm.
I look at it as Jigsaw can do it, he on number 10 with
Yeah.
Saw,
Yeah.
then Vincent M. Ward can do it with my character Devereaux.
Mhm. And speaking of Devereaux, you portray him in the film, and for me, his look is very reminiscent to like Papa Legba or Baron Samedi in Haitian Voodoo. Is that
Mhm.
on purpose? Like, did you have any input on the design of the character? Did you have like costumers come in and you guys like put it together?
Yeah, I've heard that name, that the Papa Changa, but I had never seen him. I had never seen that character, never heard of him until I created this one.
Mhm.
And the clothes, I saw people that, the people that's into the golf world. I saw what they wore, and one day I was like, man, this one guy had this one jacket on. I'm like, man, that jacket kind of sweet. And then I asked him, I was like, where'd you get it from? And he told me the store. That thing was expensive.
Mhm.
So while I was in the store, I was pretty much creating what I wanted him to look like. And you know, over the years, I used to wear a lot of suits. You know, my closets, I have probably got 2 closets, and I like to dress. So if my character, even though he's a horror character, I still want him to be fly.
Mhm. Yeah,
So that's
absolutely.
why you see, you know, it's kind of coordinated with the black shirt and the, you know, the gloves and the hat. If you really and truly look at it from head to feet, I'm dressed kind of nice.
Yeah, I would agree with that. A lot of horror icons, their outfits are almost as iconic as they are, whether it be like Jason's mask or Candyman's his that coat with the fur top. I agree with
Yeah,
that. The outfit
I wear
almost
that
makes the
today.
villain.
I wear
Agreed.
Candyman's coat today. I wear it tomorrow to go see the movie.
Um, and speaking of Candyman, Tony Todd is one of my favorite horror actors of all time. He's also appeared as William Bloodworth in the Final Destination films. Y'all's characters don't like appear on screen together, but were you able to work with him at all or like speak with him?
Yeah, this is actually my 3rd time working with him. We worked on a movie called Live Evil, and we worked on another movie called Death House. And, the day that he was filming, I definitely had to be on set to go see him. You know what I mean? It's just like, man, I was so happy to see him, but I had to, you know, play it cool, like,
Mhm,
"Yeah, you know, we're gonna do this," you know, but just we just have real conversations, you know, outside of acting. We have real conversations. So, but to have him on board, man, is it's a blessing, man. That's all I can say. It's a blessing. Without Tony Todd, you probably wouldn't see me,
mhm,
you know. So I mean, and he paved the way for um black horror characters. He paved the way for it. I mean, honestly, he's probably the only one besides Devilreaux now. And I think I'm the only one who's ever created, as a black man, created a horror with a character that's distribution by a major company. I don't know anybody else who's ever done that.
mhm, mhm. Well, probably think maybe I guess probably you, Jordan Peele. That's probably it.
Jordan
There's not a
Peele
lot
didn't
of
star in it though.
you right. He does not star. You're right. He stays behind the scenes. But you're right.
Yeah,
We there's not a
and it wasn't a character, you know,
mhm,
like, you know, Death Row Candyman
yeah.
or anybody else.
Make a solid point. Make a solid point. And back to Tony Todd with him being so iconic. His voice is also iconic. And in the film, Devereaux doesn't really speak. Was there any discussion about seeing if Todd could like, hey, you want to record some lines and do the voice, or is that not talked about?
No, I didn't want him to talk.
Hmm.
When before my death, I spoke as
Hmm.
Baron,
Yeah.
but you know, when I came back as Devereaux, I didn't speak. And you know, I can kind of sound like Tony. Tony's real deep, you know, as far
Hmm.
as his voice. But you know, I think my voice, I would have done it myself too.
Well, that sounds good. And you hear a lot on horror film sets, especially when you know you got some of the cast members that are dressed up in these costumes that some pranks are played, some people are scared. Anything like that happen on your set?
Nah, nah. The only thing that happened, oh, something did happen, but it wasn't a prank, and it was scary. Is the house that we were filming at? They kept on saying upstairs is haunted or it's haunted, it's haunted. I'm like, you know, you hear that, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. And so, you know, everybody was talking about, yeah, this place ain't haunted, this place ain't haunted. And man, 3 minutes later, in the next room, the window broke and nobody was in there. It
Oh wow.
shattered. And I was like, oh, hell no.
Time to go. Time to go. Wrap it
It's
up.
time to go. But that was scary. And for me, I'm claustrophobic, man. And my
Mhm,
wife gets on me all the time, like, how you gonna be horror and you can't get in small places? Well, I'm 6'4",
mhm,
255. So I don't like to be in a small place. But this one particular time I was in the coffin and it was an old school coffin. So you had to lay the top on and nail it. So
mhm,
they knew it's like, look, I told them, we gotta hurry up and get this scene, man. I can't be in this coffin that long. So
mhm.
they's like, all right, the scene was ready. They put the coffin on the top on top of the coffin. And I heard somebody nailing. Man, I bust out of that thing. I was like, who the hell is Nellen? And they was like, what are you talking about? I said, somebody is nailing while I'm in here, hammering while I'm in here. And they thought about it, and some guy was trying to fix the bottom of the coffin, but it creeped me out because I felt like they were hammering me, nailing me inside the coffin. So those are about the only things that was kind of scary for me.
Oh, gotcha. That definitely sounds scary. I'm a little claustrophobic as well. I'm 6'6", so
Yeah.
yeah, small place like that. Yeah, I'd be out of my mind. But
Yeah.
thank you very much, Mr. Ward, for taking the time to speak with me today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this interview. And to my viewers, remember you can find this on YouTube and the website flipfrogllc.com/flixfrog. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And please, pretty please, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.